Hello and welcome to the Simply Greg Show. As you already know, the Simply Greg Show is all about elevating the mind and inspiring the community by spotlighting hidden gems in the community. And that's basically ordinary people doing extraordinary things. So basically every week we have an amazing guest who's been through a challenging situation and has a message to share. And they basically speak to us about their challenging circumstances and also the things that they were able to put in place in order to be where they are today. Today, I've got an amazing guest. I've got the pleasure of speaking with Niina Kabesa.
Hello. Oh my God, the energy is alive. So I have to keep the energy going. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Can't complain at all.
Good.
Now, for those who don't know, Niina basically is an author amongst many other things that she's obviously doing. Currently at the moment, she's the author of A Woman Like Me, which is an amazing kind of book, which describes just the journey that she's been through, which she's going to obviously share with us as well, which has led her to being here. And she's also got an award that she's actually bringing up, award ceremony itself, which is BADMA Awards, which is just highlighting the good men out there and celebrating the good men within our community. And that's what made me think, okay, why you, a woman, going back to celebrate the men? Like, what is the story behind that? But she's going to let us know without further ado. So, Niina, just give us an insight on who you are, your journey that led you to being where you are right now, and also having to write the book, A Woman Like Me.
Okay, so first of all, may I introduce myself?
Yeah, sure.
I always like to do that. Okay. I am Niina Kabesa, a British Congolese. You know, I'm a founder, a CEO of a non-for-profit organization called Mother of Nations. Yeah. Okay, I'm an author, like you said, an actress, a singer, a accredited life coach, and I'm also an ESOL teacher.
Okay, amazing.
Pretty much a lot, yes. And I'm also an amazing mother of 6 children. I'm not complaining. 3 boys and 3 girls. Yeah, so not complaining at all. So actually,
I'm sure when they're getting on your nerves or running around the house, it's like,
not complaining.
Oh my God.
I'm not complaining. Honestly, been there, done that.
Yeah, worn the t-shirt. That's it.
Okay, so I am not complaining.
Yeah.
However, you asked me, you know, about my journey and what exactly is it that led me to here. Well, actually, I've gone through quite a lot. I don't want to touch too much a bit because I know we're going to talk about it later. Yeah. But I'm the kind of person that always say that my life, how can I say, is like, you know, when you're running in athletics, running hurdles, right? It's like you go over one hurdle and you think, yay, I've done it, it's finished.
There's another one.
There's another one coming. So I've gone through so many hurdles in my life. And as young as 7, okay, that's how it started. Wow. And having to deal with all of that. And I think it's just the resilience in me. You know, I just never give up. It's like life knocks you down, you get up. Like, no, I'm not going to give up. I'm still breathing. I have to go. And the recent one was actually last year. I was in a coma for 2 days. Wow. Okay, so it's just one after another, but I'm hoping last year was the last one. Yeah. Because I cannot go through anything anymore.
But you know what, saying that though, you know you'll probably go through something else, but I believe that I think everything else has been practiced to make you the strong woman that you are today.
Absolutely.
And then you're just going to be like, this is nothing.
I actually agree with you. If there's anything that comes my way now, I think what I've learned is I know how to get over it quicker. Nothing shakes me anymore. Fear has been departed from me forever.
Because I actually posted it out the other day as well, saying that even some of the challenges that I've discovered along just growing and improving in anything I do, you know, one of the things that's occurred to me is that you're never really out of problems to deal with. No. You just get better at dealing with them. You understand? And that's it.
So it's about getting better. It's like changing that mindset that I'm gonna reach a stage where there's not gonna be any problem. Yeah. You're lying to yourself.
Yeah.
You're really lying to yourself.
That does not happen in life.
No, unfortunately, if only we were taught that, you know, I think we would have been well prepared. But I think we live in a society where they feed us a lot of make-believe dreams and stuff and things. So life is a journey. Yeah.
And that's crazy because it's like you say, if only they taught us that, because I understand that, or I believe that if the more you have that understanding that it's not really about looking for no problems, but being good at handling your problems, you now create an aura of just being at peace within yourself as well, irrespective of what you go through, rather than you're looking for the lack of existence of problems. And then the problem comes, you're like, oh, is my life ever going to be and then you're always perpetually just going to be upset because you're looking for that. You're just looking for something to say. You're looking for that light at the end of a tunnel when it doesn't. You are the light.
Oh gosh, you just touched it. I was just about to say, you are the light. Yes, you're absolutely right. You see, so you're just finishing all the sentences.
That is it.
But another thing is what you have to know is people need to learn. And this really needs to be learned to choose the battles. Okay, because there are some people that throw themselves at things that they don't need to.
Very true.
So one part of understanding how to deal with problems in life is choosing.
I love that. She's taken it to church. We've gone in before we've even literally.
That one is a must. You have to choose.
Because even when she's saying that as well, I think about it to myself, how I've grown and developed this, because I've known what battles to choose and where to kind of rest myself.
That's it.
Because my energy is not going to be exerted with every battle. It's like some battles I look at them like, this is small. And when people feel, and when times when people like they've got no movement from me for that, so they think, yes. No, you have to know when a giant knows how to just chill.
Absolutely.
With certain things, Absolutely. I'm a giant.
I'm at that stage in my life where it's like what's the word I'm trying to use? Gosh, I don't want to speak in my other languages, but I'm thinking of it in my other languages. Yeah. But I can't
speak in your mother tongue. What is it? What do you want to bring in French and Lingala?
Familiarité.
Okay.
So when you have the familiarities, I don't like that because it's a sign that people are not growing. So you be around people and they keep doing the same thing, and they complain about the same thing. So you reach a stage where it's like, okay, all right, no problem.
And that's cool. And it's actually nice. One of the nicest things is when you grow and develop to a point where you're able to find that peace in the midst of everything else going on. Like you were saying in that, okay, cool. And just learning to detach your emotional connection to a situation.
That one.
She said powerful.
That one. The detachment.
Yeah.
You mentioned, and that's what I did last year when I was in the coma in the hospital.
Yeah.
Hospital is scary as it is anyway.
Yeah.
And then we were in the peak of COVID. And you're waking up from the coma and then they're telling you what happened and they slashed you open to take your child out. Your child is in another hospital.
Wow.
And they're bringing you all these news about, his leg is this.
Wow.
And I was like, okay.
Wow.
I really had that peace, and to this day, I don't know what happened, but from that moment, from my stillness, my not worrying, my like, okay, whatever. I came out of there so quick. We came out of there so quick. And today, a year on, we're looking back. It's like, did I just
go through that? Yeah.
Go through that?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So it is the peace. It is the detachment. You need to be detached with your problem, because I think the inside peace, when you develop it, it becomes like your safe haven.
That's it.
So we're not supposed to go out, we're supposed to go in.
That's it.
So once you learn that, you're right.
That's it. Regardless of what happens. Now, this is a woman who's obviously been through a lot. Like, you think you've been, like sometimes when we think that our problems are worse. Look, I'm about to make you feel better about your life, right? When people do that, I'm so terrible. And then you hear someone else. And that's why it's not good to complain about your own thing, because there's always, even for yourself as well. You told me on the phone. She told me some of the things she's been through. I was nearly in tears. And then she was like,
I've heard some things that I've heard. I'm like, oh my God, mine is okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just one of those. You learn to finally appreciate that you've been chosen for that issue to be the solution. Deal with it.
And you've had to learn a lot, man. But for the fact that you said that you started from the age of seven. And the challenges have continued. Talk us through some of the challenges you've been through that led you to being as strong as you are right now.
One of the challenges is accepting myself. I went through phases where I hated myself. I didn't think I was worth it. I just thought like, I'm already a damaged good anyway. These were the things in my head because of what had happened. So it was very challenging. I used to be much tomboy, believe it or not, irrespective of the heels I'm wearing today and the makeup I've got on.
Yeah.
But I was a tomboy. So I had to learn how to be a woman. And it was like I was detached with that side
Why was
who
that?
I was. Because I was gang raped at the age of 7.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was gang raped. So I fell because I was a woman. That's what I was raped.
Wow.
So if I decide to walk as a tomboy and detach my femininity, it will push all the men's away from me. Do you understand?
Never thought about that.
No, so that was me.
So trying to remove away your femininity so that you don't attract that experience that you went through.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this with all the things, because at the time, obviously, you don't get to know that's what happened, because, you know, there's something bad. And then later on in my teenagers year, when I was here now in the UK, I found out that what happened is what happened. Yeah. It hits you again. Okay. Because I just went through a 10-year of depression. Wow. But I didn't know I was going through depression. Because again, African community don't really understand much about depression and mental challenges and stuff. So it's until I came out of it, then I knew that I was depressed. Wow. Do you see what I mean? Yeah. So it's just one of those things. So since then I made a promise and I made a vow that everything I had to go through by myself, I will do organization or help people go through it. I don't want no one to go through it by themselves because it's challenging. I was suicidal multiple times. I've been through abuse in relationship multiple times. So it's you attract what you feel on the inside. Wow.
And I was actually talking about that last time that, you know, sometimes we don't actually have control of what happens to us when we're young, but we come into this world, which is already a broken world. And now we have to take the responsibility of fixing ourselves when someone else is the one that just like messed us. It's like, what? Like you come into this world just unfair already. It's like,
and it's funny you should say that it's someone else's act who did it, but I have to be the person
to now,
it, you see. And that taught me one thing, that what an external person can do, if I accept it, I take it in. Yeah. See, I was young, I didn't know what it was, but now that I'm in a better place, it's like when people do me wrong now, it's like it's on you. I'm not taking that.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
And then I walk away. So I refuse to feel anyhow they want to make me feel.
Yeah. So I see what you're saying, because you're young at that age. Because it's it was beyond your consciousness, because you wasn't really that conscious at that time.
No, because
so now it's part of your history.
It's like you don't even know. Also, how does a 7-year-old even know? And in fact, I couldn't even approach my parents because we lived in a nation where a young child, for you to even just say that thing there, the first thing would be, where did you get that from? I'll first of all get a whooping for speaking those things before they could believe me.
Wow. And how did that affect you later on in life? Because that was the start of, you know, the challenges, and which kind of like impacted you in many different ways. How did that affect you down the line? And what were some of the challenges that you faced along the way because of that start?
The effect was really, really, really obvious in a lot. I mean, before that incident, I was a very bubbly person, outing, going, you know, and church activities and stuff. But when that happened, I became very quiet. I wasn't talking much, because it's like I felt like something in me was like crying out. Or maybe I think the shock I went through when all those things were happening, I think I just went in. So I've been in for a while. So because I was in for a while, it's like, everybody saw me. I came into UK. I went to school. I went here. I went there. I was present, but absent.
But not really,
See, so it affected me in ways like everything that happened to me right up until the moment I realized what was happening is I was inside of me. And whatever I was presenting in front was not me. Yeah.
So you was just getting on with life.
Yeah. But I wasn't really.
But you wasn't really present.
Myself. And I know this, like, because it's like any little things, like I walk, it's like there was no feelings. There was no, how can I say, there's just nothing was just there. Yeah. You see, nothing was just there.
So your soul was literally snapped away from you, because it's kind of like you're just getting on with the mundane process of life.
So it became just like a normal thing. Like what I'm doing is just what people are supposed to do. Okay, if I get into a relationship, everybody's getting into a relationship. So let me just get into a relationship. But I was never connecting in my relationship. That probably would explain why I've got 6 kids for 6 different men.
Wow. So that from early, this is crazy, because from early, that's almost like come and altered the trajectory of your future almost without your consent at first. To then you have to go through adolescence and discovery in that process. It's like first come into emotion. Because you first have to come to emotional intelligence to acknowledge first what you're going through and have the consciousness of it. And then understand what happened in order to now address that, in order to grow and flourish as a woman during your moments of adolescence as well.
I didn't do that.
Wow.
I didn't do that. So it's like I always felt like, I always tell people sometimes it feels like part of my year is like non-existent. It's like I was just this machine, just moving and
for
trying.
A big part of your life.
Trying, to live as normal as I possibly can, but still hiding on the inside.
And how did this now, that impact everything else that you did? You was withdrawn. Was there anyone you spoke to or told about, or?
My turnaround was, I believe, when I was pregnant with my fourth child. That was my turnaround. And I went into a church and I spoke to, obviously at that time I'd already been born again. Then I had an interview with the pastor. You know how they do it, like when you come into church, they want to know about you. Then I was pregnant and they wanted to know, who are you? Where you coming from and stuff. So I told them, where's the father of the person? I told them what's happened. They're like, what? And this pastor was actually a doctor as well. So he's the one that signposted me to therapy. So he signposted me to therapy near my place. Then I had to wait till I gave birth first. Then when I gave birth from the fourth child, then I started, going through all over again.
The therapy.
Because I did try therapy before when I was about 16, but I didn't like it because I think I was just 16. I think it was just like, no, I don't want to know, because at that time, obviously, I had no boyfriend or nothing, so I don't want to be talking about certain things.
It's true.
I don't want to know. Kind of thing. But then it took that fourth pregnancy and everything else, so that's where it all started. Then I went in for like 3.5 years. I never left my house when I started
in terms of within yourself, withdrawn.
So I had to face whatever the demon was, and I
by yourself.
I did not, because I'm one of those persons who was like, I've made peace with God and I said, I can understand you've allowed this to happen. It's fine. Now I know, but I want to deal with this demon because I don't want to keep bleeding on people anymore. Because at that stage, I felt like 4 kids, 4 different men. Yes, maybe it may not be something I physically have done, but it definitely has to be spiritual. Okay, because I don't understand why it's happening. I don't understand why this man kept going after I'm 3 months pregnant. It's like something is going on. So I stayed in for like 3.5 years, and I wasn't seen in my house. I was in my house, but in the room. So people will come in the room, they will go and speak to everybody else, but I stayed in that room. I will move around the house, go have a shower in the thing. I refused to look outside.
Wow.
I said, Lord, I need you now. And I remember is that my mom was really concerned, bless her. Because you're thinking, your daughter is just like 30 in her early 30s, and you're like, you're wasting your time. You need to get a husband. I'm like, Mom, I don't want to.
I don't even want to hear that. That's not the thing I want to hear right now.
Okay. I've got the kids, it's already there, it's fine. God will have to do, God will, she was like, oh yeah, everybody, the moms, everybody like, oh, And I'm like, you know what? You lot are seeing me now. I don't even look my age. Just allow it, leave me. But you're young. You're a woman. African. So I stayed there, and I'm glad I did. I experienced a lot of spiritual stuff when I was there. Supernatural, should I say. And I remember coming out, and I said, okay, right now I'm going to go out. So when I left my house and I went to the bus stop, it's like everybody and me kept staring at me.
Wow.
And that scared me.
That was the feeling that you had then, basically. Yeah. Okay.
I'm like, why are they all looking at me for? But I forgot that I did not step out my house for a while. So anxiety crept in. And I didn't know it was anxiety. So I started being, when people looking at me, I'm just like, oh my God. And I started panicking, and I just started going. And then I saw a doctor and they said, and then you're just panicking. And they didn't even know what was happening. And they're like, you're just panicking because you've not done this for a while. That's what happened. So just relax and see. So that's how it started. So I carried on, decided to live a particular lifestyle. You know, I refused relationship. I refused all form of relationship, as in male and female.
Yeah.
So I kept going until the pressure now on family was too much.
Okay.
Because they just find it hard that you're young, girl, with kids, you don't have a guy. You know, what's this? People going to say this, people going to say that, what, you know. And I'm like, oh. And then one of my mom's friends introduced me to somebody and stuff. And I'm like, okay, let me just go and try. Just go and try. I did try. It didn't work. And then I tried again. So about 3 times, you know, I've tried and it still did not work and then I realized I was just doing it because the people around me.
To appease everyone else.
Yeah, they're complaining. And, you know, you're thinking, okay. Them, you know, in Africa, you always have to say that sometimes you have to just listen to your elders. But I'm the kind of person I'll say, okay, I know it's not going to work.
Yeah.
But I will listen.
Yeah.
And then when I listen, you see that I'm polite and I've listened and it did not work. You will not leave me make my choice. All right. Because I had nothing to lose. All right. Okay. So I did that. So that's how my other 2 beautiful children came about. Yeah. And it didn't work. So I'm here on the road again. And now nobody in the family is telling me what to do. So now, now is my choice. Yeah. When I'm ready, I will then come to them, say, hey guys, today's the day.
That's
I'm ready.
She said, I'm ready. Huh?
That's it. So right now, I'm relaxed. I'm following my career. I'm following everything, helping people as much as I can. My eldest daughter is 19 and my youngest is 1.
Amazing.
So I'm busy with the kids. Yeah. So if God bless me on that area, glory to God. If not, that's not my focus. I'm just here to want to help as many people as I can.
But that says a lot in itself about you, the journey you've been through, what you've picked up and how you've just developed the level of strength, you know, to own your story, own what happened to you in the past and also kind of like reflect on that as well in order to make you a better person because it's one thing to go through something and it's another thing to now identify how do you take responsibility in order to grow. Yeah. You know, because otherwise you would always be in battle with your past, with the situation. But your past is also part of your identity because it's the makeup of who you are right now.
Of course. I won't be where I am today without them, that past. I mean, it's funny because today in the morning as I was writing my blog on my website and something clicked in, I'm saying, oh yeah, if I was to be asked, given another chance to live life, would you live this life again? I said, oh yeah. But ask me that 20 years ago, I'll say no. You see, because I'm at the stage where I now have to appreciate my past because my past made me who I am today. You see, the knowledge, the wisdom, everything, the strength, the mental strength. Let me just emphasize mental strength. Because many people would not have coped.
Yeah, they would have broken down during that period of time.
It's the mental strength for me that did it for me. And it's like exercise now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what were some of the mental battles that you was going through during that period of time? I mean, that's quite a space of time from young to being older. And then even like you're saying, then you're seeing that your relationships are not working from one, and it's not just one boyfriend to the next, but also the children's kids parents left. And kids left. So that's a part of your history. It's a part of your journey. Yeah. That, you know, for others, they can break up with someone and move on. But it's like you are still taking everything on board.
I felt like I was being punished for something.
Wow.
Karma ways. I feel like, okay, maybe there's a karma going on here. Yeah. You know, but then again, it wasn't. I just feel blessed at the moment, actually, because it's like every situation, especially in my relationship, is like when somebody does you wrong, like you said, without a kid, you can move away easily. But then I'm like, kids were always being left behind. I'm like, God, what did you try to do? Yeah. But today it makes sense because when you have a kid with someone and you're not together, whether you like it or not, whether you moved on to different partners, it's for life.
That's it.
It's for life.
That's it. That's it.
So in a way, these people, I had to come to the point where I had to accept them as part of my life for life.
That's it. That's it.
So anyone who will want to be near me will have to know that these people I like my family.
Yeah.
You know, whether you like it or not, they may not be close to me, but they're family.
Yeah.
Because I share kids with them.
But how would you, I guess you're going to give us quite a few practical tips on the next side of her. Because I'm getting, you guys can see it. I'm just getting into it. I'm like because I'm very insightful like that because in the way I see it, in every one person I'm speaking to, I can almost see another 10 women who are going through certain different aspects of that. You know, the makeup breakup. There's probably one person's you know, being with or baby mama or drama, baby father drama. Then there's that aspect. There's like 10 different books in there. You know, so in my head I'm just like, which title did I go for? Which?
There's a lot. The baby mama thing, I mean, when it comes to kids, I always advise women, and I tell them, and all my baby fathers can literally come and say this if I'm lying, but I've never been disrespectful.
I love that.
To them publicly.
Love that.
Publicly.
Yeah.
Let me emphasize.
In her own room, she's like,
publicly.
Doing a dance to it.
And even if I'm talking about a relationship that really ended up wrong publicly, I don't name names.
That's it.
Even if people know it's fine, but I won't name names. Yeah. Okay. So I have great respect for them, even though they never. You're not
gonna name names, but you know that one, yeah. You know, number 4. Yeah? I'm not gonna name. Listen, you know,
it gets more interesting. I even did a song for a category of those people called Jérôme. So now, every time the people hear Jérôme, they know who I'm talking about. Right. So we categorize them, those kind of men.
Yeah.
Right. So that's me. So that's how I do my venting with them, you know.
Yeah.
And things. But on the real, they like kids. I always say these men come out of a woman.
That's it.
So there's a time and a point where I will have to put my mother's hat on.
That's it.
And then treat them like children and forgive and let them go.
Wow. This is what you're definitely going to talk to us about as well on the other side of the break. Just learning to love, forgive and let go, which are powerful things, which is easier said than done. You know, and especially not to speak ahead of time, but loving yourself,
that one,
forgiving others and learning to let go of your past.
Yeah.
These things are some big things that, you know, only can come from, you know, someone who's also, been through that experience to kind of give us the insights, almost like, you know, seeing it from your eyes.
Yourself. You have to love yourself. I think for me it's because I love myself. Yeah. You know,
but you've had to develop that because
I had to develop
you didn't feel like that about yourself when you looked at yourself.
I hated myself. When I look in the mirror, I'm like, the one thing that could have made me worthy to my husband was taken without my consent. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm just a garbage. I'm just something, you know, people could just do whatever they want. You know, that's how I felt. But when I started now finally knowing my value and identify that it had nothing to do with me, what happened to me, I own it. And I just stood up and I picked up the courage and I said, okay, I repackaged myself, love myself. There was a lot of affirmation, still are today, every day. There was a lot of tears, a lot of waking up in the middle of the night just crying for no reason. I can't deal with it anymore. Literally. Do you understand? So it was literally like that. Always waiting when the kids go to sleep, pretend to go out for a walk at night time in the middle of the night, but really you just go and blaze up a cigarette to smoke.
Yeah, literally. She's bringing it home. She is bringing it home. And knock, who's there? It's me. I'm home. Period.
You know, so my mom already discovered through one of my books that, I used to be a smoke. My uncle also discovered we went out somewhere and he called me outside. You smoke? I said, yeah. Leave that on.
Yeah.
You know?
Literally.
So that's how it is. So whatever I could do, obviously I've never done drugs.
Yeah.
I've done one thing, but lala.
Yeah.
Okay, so others, no.
Yeah.
So it's like whatever I could get to cope
in that period
season,
of time,
I will cope. I will not deny myself from doing that. Obviously, for me, it was mainly just cigarette. And maybe drinking, but not too heavily drinking.
But all of these things of which at that period of time, because you were none the wiser, you was trying to find other exits to help alleviate the pain and give you some sense of peace in that moment, because you wasn't as developed or strong mentally as you are now to now know how to address through these particular issues and journeys of life, which it's not easy, but it takes, it takes time. And when you obviously invest in yourself as well, which you're going to talk to us later on as well, the spark that made you want to look internally to now look at how do you take control of something that is out of your control in order for you to grow within a situation and build the life that you want. So that's what we're going to do after this break. So Niina's just going to explain to us about learning to love, forgive, and let go. Love yourself, forgive others, and let go of your past. Don't touch that dial. Simply Greg. See you on the other half.